Kenneth Bird, but company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We got to read through the comments section because, again, I told you I have to see the people that are commenting on these products to see if they're colorblind or not. All right, so first things first, I told you before that, man, this is crazy. I just saw some of the stuff in the comment section. It is hilarious. Most of the people in these comment sections are trolls. These are trolls that do troll work for Crow. So, of course, they're going to come in and say, we don't see a difference. But I want you to read through these comments first. A lot of people have been asking me, what kind of people are dumb enough to think that these are two different screens at the end of the day? So, Crow Cinemax, which he has here, the title, versus the SW Network Gray 773. Now, as I told you before, we've already seen our customer come in and show you the difference between our product and on his projector that was using basically, hold on for a minute. Oh, I'm not clicking here right here. I missed one of the clicks. Shows you at the end of the day, his demonstration on 1400 lumens versus Crow's demonstration, which he debunked Crow's demonstration as being a complete fake and a lie. But do you want to know what goes on in the comments section in this video? And a lot of people have been asking me, and I just looked over, majority of the people in there are freaking trolls that do this kind of stuff for Crow, spreading lies. So let me show you. I want to show you everything. All right, so first thing, that's locking good here, and we're going to show you, this is the demonstration right here that Crow did, showing that his product, at the end of the day, matched the Network Gray 773. All right, so here, we'll show you that he did bear a receipt.
Fred Smith here told us the B&H photo helped change
YouTube's
his
commercials,
life.
boy.
Fred, tell us your story.
I hate these commercials.
Yes, right there. All right. It's about Sherman Williams Network Gray 773. And it's going to be a live debunking on this because not all grays, I want to tell this to everybody that's been asking me this, not all grays are the same. If all grays were the same and it would be easy to create that mix, then all of you would have been doing it by now, right? It would have been so easy for anyone out there to actually mix and do it, and that's it, done. But that's not the case here. It is not the case here. I'm going to paint a big sample sheet right here. As you can see, it's just this. I'm going to paint this plexiglass. And I do have the Network Gray right here. I actually bought 1 quart. They didn't have no sample sheets or nothing, like no small samples. I bought actually a quart. And the first debunk that I'm going to say is this. The first false statement that, you know, I know why people are asking this a lot is because, you know, they see Kenneth Bird over there talking his smack and just flapping his gums.
Yep, Kenneth Bird.
That's all it is, guys. He says that, you know, you can buy a gallon for $20. He promoted this, like he made videos. You could buy a gallon for $20 instead of paying Crow the $80 or whatever, right? Because it does the same thing. It replicates. But today, I don't even know what's going to happen. I haven't opened it, nothing. It's still locked. It's still closed, right? Who's that? Tasker, Black, all the same. All the same crap, nobody believes him. He has too much time to give. Yeah. Oh, no, I know. But see, a lot of people have been asking me this, bro. Tasker, a lot of people have been hitting me up. Like,
I got too much time. I build more stuff in one day than you do in a whole entire week. You gotta be kidding me. Well, but let's watch this.
You know, do a video here. So, I ran some errands this morning and I saw Sherman Williams. I'm like, you know, let's go see. So I thought I was going to spend $20 on a gallon, but I was like, do you have a sample? And she's like, no. And I was like, okay, well, how much is the quart? And you know what? Let me just show you really quick before I get into all this stuff. So I did go Sherwin-Williams. This is the Network Gray that you see here. Hold on, guys. Let me see what's going on. Yes.
Something that you're doing, or if you need my help?
No, I actually finished. I actually finished. I'm doing, yeah, I'm doing a live.
Okay, is the shower doors fine?
Not yet.
Do you need my help paying again?
No, I got it.
Huh?
I'll get it. I got it.
You sure, because they gotta be screwed into the wall, you get the, brackets?
Yeah, yes, I
Work out, you can do that?
everything.
Okay, let me see if it works.
So you can rest.
Let me see,
Hey, you want to see how you want to see how it finished? Go ahead. Let's go. Okay, I'm doing this live thing. Okay.
Oh, and thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm doing a live thing right now. Okay.
Just be careful, little doors, because like I said, I broke two of them.
Uh-huh.
I breathed on them and they broke on me.
Oh yeah, no. I'll be super careful. All right, guys. Oh,
Oh, you working on it?
yeah. You can go ahead. Sorry about that, guys. My landlord that Ken knows, he just came to check on the restroom. So I going back to that, I thought I was going to actually pay the $20. I was like, okay, if I pay $20 for a gallon, all right, that's fine, you know? Because I asked the lady, hey, do you have a sample? They said, no, we don't. So I'm like, let me get a quart. It should be cheaper. So she goes, okay. I didn't even ask for the freaking price. But I got a quart, and this is the price of a quart. It's $30 right there.
Crow, this is where you're an idiot, and I'll tell you why. First of all, Sherwin-Williams makes several different forms of paint. They make a super paint. Super paint is the cheapest paint that you can get. Second, prices in California and prices in Philadelphia are different. I've been to California multiple times. I have business contacts, associates, even family in California. And it costs more to live in California than it does in Philadelphia. Like if you go to New York City's apartments are 10 times more expensive than over here in Philadelphia. Not a smart person at the end of the day. You know nothing about financial or anything about how things work. Prices in California are not the same in Philadelphia. Apartments over in New York City are not the same in Philadelphia. I got people, or at least I have right now, that would be paying thousands, and I mean thousands of dollars for my setup in here compared to when I go over there and look at their setting. And I'm like, wow, this is all you get for this kind of money? This is crazy. Yeah, again, he's not a smart person. Prices fluctuate depending on what environment that you're in.
$30 plus $7.50 tax, guys. Right? So then I was like, yeah.
Not a smart
Good?
person.
Everything good? Nice. I'll take care of him next week, right?
Well, we got to move on from here. This is wasting my time. Again, not a very smart person. Yeah, you will spend more money in other places depending on where you live at. People sat there and said, yeah, if you ever lived in New York City, rent over here is freaking insane. Come over here, rent is cheap over here, considered to be over New York City. You go over to California, California is expensive. I've been there multiple times in California, so please give me a break. But let's move on to your whole speech here. Now, as he said it before, that it doesn't match in any way whatsoever. That's what he said in his intro, the whole 9 yards. Paints the screen in, as you can see right there. Then let's get to the good part right here, where he says that the product is not going to match in any way whatsoever. You heard that? I played the intro so you can hear for yourself. Now, how do you explain that nonsense?
Should it be giving me the same brightness as the Cinemax? Where it's not giving me the same brightness. It is not giving me the same black tones or black levels. The whites look ivory. At least the Cinemax, the whites are off white, but not ivory looking.
Where is the ivory looking? I'm not seeing this. You see how quiet he got in the video? Now, my main concern is, after seeing this demonstration, clearly you can see that the product is matching with no problem whatsoever. Now, knowing a person who's going to have a website that has these policies that are designed to basically strictly only cater to him only, lands on your property. It's yours, nonsense like that. And you just watch that person go into a complete meltdown in the demonstration yesterday. And we're just in there just showing his website and showing how this person commits fraud against people, and just clearly just went into this complete meltdown. But to show you in here that in this demonstration, he clearly did this whole speech talking about how the product wasn't going to match, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then he goes in talking about how expensive it is in California. Yeah, to live in California is expensive. Your prices are much different here. You would pay more for something in California than you would pay over here easily. That's why I find it interesting when people go to the Price is Right and they try to figure out what the price is. You got to remember, you're in California, the prices are going to be a little different than what they were when you live over here, A and B and over there. You think prices are expensive? Go try to find yourself an apartment or buy a house in New York City, and you will see the difference. New York City is extremely expensive to live in. Very expensive to live in New York City. But like I said, it costs a little more to live out there. Every state you go through, prices are always going to fluctuate. For him to say that the price is going to be the same everywhere you go, yeah, you're not smart. At the end of the day, that clearly shows you don't have a grasp on reality. But let's go back to this right here. Now, why do we think Crow is probably shipping out his customers house paint in the day? Well, think about it. If you have been cutting corners from day one, you know, trying to make sure you don't do any test demonstrations next to your product versus other grade screen paints, which you don't do at all, period. There are other screen paints that they have on eBay that you don't do tests against, and you don't do tests against the Network Gray SW7073, which you did do now. But look how long it took you. It took you forever. From the minute we developed the Onyx Titan, we tested it against black paint. The minute. We tested against 9 certified screens. We dropped it at 1,000 lumens. We had it in a max zone. We ran all those tests on that technology. How many tests have you run on your products? None at the end of the day. I can show the difference between my product and black paint, and it doesn't even match, doesn't even come close. That, on the other hand, matched with no problem. So it gets down to the point that when scammers scam, they try to figure ways to collect more money and give you less, like the shipping policy, which is not there to help you out at all, period. And you have to understand is, how do you know that you're getting paint? Well, we all know at the end of the day, it's messed up, because either way, it's a damned if you do and damned if you don't scenario. It's a damned if you do because the product matched house paint. It's a damned if you don't because it matched house paint. Either way, you're just done. On his behalf, it benefits him because he doesn't have to spend the extra money to make the product. He can just ship you down Network Gray 773, and there's no real difference there. Period. Neither one of his products pull up in fully lit environments. None of them pull in fully lit environments. So yeah, it does the exact same thing. The only thing is he'll be saving $17 or $20 extra. If he's paying for a quart of black paint and it's $29, then he's paying more than what we pay. Over here, we pay 17 or 20 bucks. That's it. He's paying $29. So that's even more money he's going to have to cut out of his profit in order to make his product, which means if he has a product he can just take off the shelf and sell it to you and put his name behind the back of it, then there you go. And the only way to find this out is a screen he previously painted, or he needs to go back and visit his customers or send them down that paint so they can do their own experiment for themselves to see if his product is going to match. But I would advise him.
There we go. Because it's not a...
I would advise him to basically show unopened containers. Remember, you got to be 2 steps ahead of this guy. So knowing Crow will probably pop the container, mix some black paint, do something weird to it. You have to make sure that the container is going to be sealed. I advise you to tell your customers to go and do that. Or you go back to that customer that you just painted in that 178-inch, paint by the container like you did on here, unopened, don't touch it, paint it onto a surface, lay it against the screen, and see if it doesn't match the screen. We don't want to see, oh, this doesn't match, this doesn't match. We're going to see a 100% night and day not matching. It should never look like this demonstration right here.
As washed out as you think. Mine is. The other one is. As you can see, there's no contrast to it. So how is he saying that it is the same thing? And I'll turn off the lights if you want.
Actually, didn't turn off the lights. Right here, you have a light right here hitting the screen. This is what they noticed when they watched on the forum site, that there was a light right here because it got really, really light here, and then he turned off the light and it went back to his original color.
Lights are off in the background. But with the lights on, you saw how it was suffering. Look at the whites.
Where's the problem? Where are you seeing any problems at all? Period. Where? And mind you, you're sitting right up on top of the screen. If a customer is sitting back 13, 14 feet, they're not going to notice jack. And as for basically anyone who saw this demonstration and your form site who saw this, they got your product. Because you sat there and said, well, the contract, all they do is just drop in a scoop of black paint. Your stuff is done. That's it. That's why we suggest him to do the African gray. This is one called African gray. That's a little darker than this one. And we also suggest him do the silver mist, which he refuses to do.
On the gray.
Real quiet right there. Watch this right here. See the light going right there? See how the picture faded automatically right in there? It wasn't there a few minutes ago. He has a red light on in the background. He has it pointed in this direction right here. That's what he's doing.
No problem, Yellow. Whenever you have other questions, let me know. You could email me too. Crows1176. I'll give you as much information as I can.
Now, after watching this, let's go to the comment section and show you the people that are commenting on this. We all can see everybody on different forum sites, everyone we texted to, sent pictures to, sent it everywhere. Everyone said the same thing. What am I looking at here? I said, do you see the difference between the two? They said, I don't see it. I don't see anything here that's showing me a difference between the two. There's nothing there. But look what we got from his followers. So this is what his followers are in here saying. Because everybody been asking, like, who is dumb enough to say that they look different? So here we go. Solid Weight Walker, that is another one of his friends that tries to do slander against our products. And let's see, right here. So this is what they're saying in the comments section. We don't mind the racial slurs, whatever nonsense they dig up, if they have any racial slurs in there. But let's go through what they're saying in the comments section. Right here where he says it looks exactly the same. Now, these are the people who literally believe that the product we're showing you right now, like I said, nothing, I don't care about the insults about me. They can't back their products at the end. They don't bother us. Who believe that this product looks exactly, there's a difference. There's a huge, massive difference. People have been asking me, go to the comment section. We have to see these individuals. These are the individuals, as I said before, that ordered off the website. And on the website, as you saw that nightmare, these are people that basically, at the end of the day, think that that screen looks different. These are all trolls. These are all, by the way, these are all trolls at the end of the day. Isn't that a shame? Look at it. All trolls. Nothing interesting to say at all, period. I think is that it? That's the end of it. That's all. Shoot, on our page, we got 49 comments. On our forum sites, we get 49 comments. On ours, this is it. This is all we got. Where's the rest of them at? It's got to be more than this. Let me see. This is all they have? Wow. So Silent Walker Wake 5 is a troll, internet troll. We know that from the door. That's definitely, we know this guy right here. This guy is definitely an internet troll. These are all trolls. These are all trolls. We know because we banned all these guys from our site over here. We banned them. We know who they are. These are all different. This is all you have in here. This is all you have. All trolls. So all trolls came in here. No customers in here. I don't see one customer here. All I see is all trolls in here. Not one customer is in here. That's it. You don't, that's it. And these are the people that at the end of the day, they're supposed to be supporting your product. Do you have anything else? Let me see. Hot chat. Yeah, that's it? That's all you have? Wow. Okay. You got nothing there saying anything. Not one person said nothing positive about that demonstration. Not one. Nothing. No one. Let me see if we can hit this again. See if we can get a refresh on it. So let me get this straight. These individuals came in. Not one of them said anything educational. All they did was come in and basically just slander me, which we all know those are all trolls at the end of the day. And they didn't comment on your product right here at all, period. Huh. Well, y'all asked for it. Y'all got it. That was it. The only thing they had in there was people just slandering me. And basically, those are all freaking trolls at the end of the day. I didn't see one customer in there replying back on this screen at all. Not one customer in the chat section. And we looked. We know because we banned those guys in there. We banned them from our channel. They're banned from all our channels. So we know who they are. And for some reason now your chat's not coming up. I wonder if you disabled that. I think he disabled the chat. He wanted to disable the chat because we can't get the chat to pull up now. The chat won't pull up, so he went and disabled it. He disabled it because now we're going through his chat right now. He actually went in and disabled his chat. We can't go in and we can't get into the chat again. But we got enough of it in there. A whole bunch of people asking me that a couple of days ago, look, we need to see the people who just comment on this video. We have to see it. Just realized when we saw that there are nothing but trolls in there. Those are the trolls that we ban from our sites on it. And we don't ban them every day, but we ban these trolls from our site. So we know who they are. So yeah, no customers came in and applied on this. Not one customer was in there. Not one. Those were all trolls. And he didn't have a lot in there either. So we're going through it right now. We're hitting it and it's not coming up. And the reason why it's not coming up is because he went and he disabled it just now. He just disabled it. I told you, we can't make this stuff up. He disabled it. So what we just got on recording, which I'm glad I went through it nice and slow, we just saw the people that were in there. There was not one customer in that chat room. Everybody in that chat room were all trolls that were in there. That was it. Well, that tells us a lot right there. But right now, he went and disabled it because right here, we're trying to hit it. I'm going to go refresh my page and see what happens. I'm going to refresh the page. Maybe it's RN. Let's go refresh. All right, now we got it. We got it. All right, so let's go over here and let's look at this right here. Let's look at the let's see if we got anybody in here that agrees with this paint. That's not matching. These commercials, man. YouTube and these relentless
Fred
commercials.
Smith here told us the B&H photo helped change his life. Fred, tell us your story.
We don't need it. Thank you.
I don't sound ridiculous.
So look at this right here. So let's read through this because people have been asking me for this for a couple of days. Let me get in here so we can get this in real quick nicely. There we go. So we know that's a troll because he's been banned. All these guys been banned. Yeah, there's another troll. These are all trolls. Yeah, Mr. Tasker is definitely a troll. Silent Wake 5 is definitely a troll. We know Crappy Bird is. We've had him on here. That's Partey. Definitely. We know that one already. These are all trolls. Yellow Moon, yep, definitely trolls. These are all trolls. Definitely all trolls. But we ain't got nothing on here. No, definitely the product is the black tones. No, definitely the product is the black tones. So you guys are saying the black tones are the best way to go? That's interesting. Let's see. Let me see where he says blind, it's laugh out loud. No, I'm sorry. I'm not seeing anything here where he says, I suggest none there. Let's see if we can go through these carefully. Let's see. I don't see anything there. So where's anybody complimenting your screens? I'm not seeing it here. Nope, just a bunch of trolls in there talking about us. That's basically about all I see in there. And judging by the people that are not in the room, I guarantee you're probably in my room. Half of these people come in my room because they want to watch our technology, which is sad, but they want to talk trash behind our back, but they're in here watching our demonstrations. So let's go through here and let's see. These are all trolls. None of these in here are basically, did we hit the bottom? Did we hit the bottom already? I think we hit the bottom already. Let me see them go all the way down. We got some more in here. All right, did we see anything else in here? No, it's a bunch of talk. There's nobody in here just talking smack about me. That's basically about it. Mr. Crab, all these guys right here are all trolls. I don't see any customers in here. Where are your customers at in here? These are all Silent Wake. These are all Silent Wake or Silent Walker. We've seen Silent Walker. You're anything but a Silent Walker. We've seen that already. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing there. These are all basically... Let me see right there. Yeah, these are all freaking trolls. Let me see. Yep, these are all trolls in here. Not one of them is saying anything positive at all, period. I'm not seeing anything at all. Nope. So basically, in your forum site, you have here, in your chat, these are all trolls. These are people we've banned from our channel multiple times. You don't have any customers. There's not one customer in here. These are all trolls. Most of these are Silent Wake 5. He's a troll. Mr. Tasser, he's a troll. Yeah, we've banned all these guys already. This is it. This is all you got. You got no one talking anything positive about your product, nothing at all trolls. So basically you have a bunch of people in here talking trash about me. That's it. That's all you have? Really? No, oh, this is all Silent Wake 5. He might be in love with you. How many times he messaged you back? Look at this. This is pretty pathetic. This is all you have in here? Well, you guys asked for it. This will be posted to all the forum sites today. They wanted to know who was dumb enough to come in here and chat on this by saying that there was a difference. I didn't see one person in here say there's a difference. Is there a difference? Guys say you do every demonstration you put there, it won't make a difference. Yeah, again, no one here saying anything that there's a difference. No one's saying nothing at all. They're just in here slandering me. That's all I see in here. So where is anybody saying that there's a difference? Oh, here, we got one right here. We found one. Silent Wake 5 says there is definitely a difference. So he's the only one that says there's a difference. We got one. So let's go up here and see if we can see a difference. Silent Wake 5 said there's definitely a difference. Now, mind you, any of y'all who attach your credibility to this video, no one at the end of the day, your credibility is done. If you just agreed to this video over in here, as there definitely being a difference. Who in their right mind would actually review or watch anything review you do at the end of the day if you don't know the difference between house paint and screen paint? So we went to the comment section. They were asking me for that one for the longest time. So let's see, from Silent Wake 5, claims he saw a difference in the product. Let's see if he's right. All right. That's why we need to be in there. Here comes YouTube and its commercials.
How is he saying that it is the same?
We got a commercial coming up.
This is Mobile Pixels.
We all know YouTube's obsessed with commercials.
This thing is an absolute game changer.
No.
Off the lights if you want.
Okay.
There you go. Lights are off in the background. But with the lights on, you saw how it was suffering. Look at the whites on the gray.
Silent Walker, whatever your name is, you need glasses. Badly.
No problem, Yellow. Whenever you have other questions, let me know. You could email me too.
There's supposed to be a difference.
Crows1176. I'll give you as much information as I can. He's saying it is the same. It has like a yellow hue to it on the gray. As you can see how it washes out on the black. Look at the yellow, how, I don't know, it has like a yellow hue.
You see where he got caught up right there?
Yeah.
And he just go, you know why he did that? Because he had nothing to say.
Look at the yellow, how, I don't know, it has like a yellow hue tone to it. Like an ivory tone to it.
Where you
the
seeing
whites
it?
look ivory.
Where's the ivory? Where you seeing it?
And the yellows look a little bit more of a darker tone yellow. Look at right there. So for a lighter mix, that it's the same thing that I'm using, supposedly, right? Shouldn't it be giving me the same brightness as the Cinemax? Just a question. Should it be giving me the same brightness as the Cinemax?
Yeah, it is giving the same brightness as the Cinemax. It shouldn't match at all. Again, when you do a demonstration against a house paint, it's not supposed to match anywhere on the screen. You can't have it match anywhere. You go into a big company, a big facility, you walk in there and they look at that and they're looking for the slightest match. That's what they're looking for. Because that tells them at the end of the day, we don't got to do business with you. We could do it ourselves. We can save some money. That's what they're looking at. So they stare at that and they see that, they go, oh no, we're done. Go get them an airline ticket, get them out of here. We're done. What was that you used on that screen? Okay, we'll be in contact. We'll talk to you later. They'll never contact you back. They'll do it themselves because they can save the money. And right there, I don't know where you're getting this yellowish green or whatever you're coming from. You're saying at the end of the day, again, you have no customers in your stream that are chatting. Every last person there is a troll because we block those people before we know who they are. And the fact for Silent Weight Walker, whatever his name is, say it's definitely a difference. No, that's a troll supporting a troll. That's what it is. There's no difference in this at all whatsoever, period. And again, by you sitting there saying, oh, but it's $29. Crow, do you understand how economics work? At the end of the day, apparently you don't understand. How about you go to New York City and find out how much it costs to rent there compared to what it costs in other places? New York City is very expensive to rent. I've had family over there, Manhattan, Spanish Harlem, you name it, Queens, Bronx, so we're over there. Over in California, I got friends and family out there, business associates, and the first thing they talk about how expensive things are. Every place everybody lives at is very expensive, but in certain areas, it costs more to live there. And California is one of those places it costs more. So a container of paint that may cost you $29 will not cost me the same here in Philadelphia. You got to learn this. You got to learn to crack a book before you start talking.
Where it's not giving me the same brightness. It is not giving me the same black tone.
How are you not getting the same? Who the freak would know the difference between this? And mind, you're sitting up on top of the screen. The average consumer is not going to sit that close to a screen at 13, 14 feet back. They're not going to see that. They can't even see it up close. So you tell me how there's supposed to be a huge, massive difference. Now, all your reviews about our products and whatever, that's done. You can't do those no more. Again, we got customers that back our products. And again, you've never ordered our product from our website, which we've asked you over 54 times to put in a request to buy our products. Mind you, you called me. I didn't call you. We just got one email. We went in, we bought. I got 15 cancellations on the table showing me I put my address in, purchased your product, got the orders canceled, money put back in our account. I ordered directly from you. I even have videos showing unboxings of your products. So we buying your products and wrapped and sealed from you, nobody else. We only have to go through other people now because of the taxes that he pulled. But I've asked you multiple times to buy through my website and buy directly from me to have the actual product in there, and you still haven't done it yet. It's funny. I'll go back and play this video, and you'll hear me say that in a video I'm about to say on top of that. Isn't that sad? Well, let's go back and look at this paint that he claims that's supposed to be different, because I'm not seeing all this discoloration he's saying. Do you see a difference? I don't see it.
For black levels, the whites look ivory. At least the Cinemax, the whites are off white, but not ivory looking.
Where all this coming from? I'm not seeing it. Sorry about that. Let me get this stand a little higher up here because we want to get it right on point here. All right, let's go back a little bit on that.
But with the lights on, you saw how it was suffering. Look at the whites on the gray.
Watching the beginning of the intro, he really didn't know what he was getting
No
himself
problem,
into.
Yellow. Whenever you have other questions,
Didn't really
let me
know.
You could email me too.
You can hear in his voice
Crows1176.
how nervous in his face. He
I'll give
didn't
you
know
as
what he was
much
walking
information
into.
as I can. He's saying it is the same. It has like a yellow hue to it on the gray.
Sorry, people, we got to buy a new stand today. We need a stand.
As you can
That's
see
what
how it
I'm
washes
buying.
out on the
There we
black.
go. Let me make sure right in there for you guys.
Look at
There.
the yellow how. Ugh, I
See how
don't know, it has like a yellow hue tone to it.
See how
Like
you
an
talk?
ivory tone.
You sat there, started talking all this nonsense, but the minute that
He's saying
white level
it
popped
is
up, he got
the same.
quiet.
It has like a yellow hue to it on the gray.
There is no gray in that
As you
section.
can
What are
see
you
how it washes
talking?
out on the black.
Look right here on the gray. Where is there gray in that particular part of the demonstration?
No problem, Yellow. Whenever you have other questions, let me know. You could email me too at Crows1176. I'll give you as much information as I can. He's saying it is the same. It has like a yellow hue.
Where are you seeing the yellow hue anywhere? You see anything in here like this? No. Everybody else agreed on every forum site we put this on and said they don't see anything, any difference at all. Period. And it's funny because he's talking to the people in the chat as if they're actual customers. None of those are customers. Every last one of those people that are in there were actually trolls. Every last one of them. No, only person who said anything about the product was only one person. He said, I didn't see a difference. No one said, ooh, you know, no, only one person said, and he's definitely a troll. So nobody, sorry, you had no customers in there, number one. Number two, yeah, there's no difference here. Where's this yellowish hue we're supposed to be looking for? Because I'm not seeing it.
To it on the gray. As you can see how it washes out on the black. Look at the yellow how.
Right there, you got caught.
Ugh, I don't know. It has like a yellow hue tone to it, like an ivory tone to it. The whites look ivory.
Whereas this is how we know you were constantly hitting the screen with the red light behind you, because you have the light off, but yet the contrast is matching here and here. That also too came up with a couple of conversations that in certain parts of contrast levels, you kept turning this light on the back. We saw the red light because the reason why we know it's back there in the demonstration, when you were moving the camera around constantly all the time, there was a red light behind you, which means you were hitting this particular part of the screen in certain times of the contrast levels. Now you have it off, it's matching. So what happened? 1 minute we're matching, 1 minute we're not.
Well, you can see it there. And the yellows look a little bit more of a darker tone yellow. Look at right there.
So this is a part he points to, he says right there. But let's show you something right here.
So for a lighter mix, that it's the same thing that I'm using.
I'm gonna go too far back here.
Look at the yellow how.
Here we go.
Ugh, I don't know. It has like a yellow hue.
It took him off guard, way off
tone
guard.
to it, like an ivory tone to it. The whites look ivory. Well, you can see it there. And the yellows look a little bit more of a darker tone yellow.
Now the interesting part, he points here, but you fail to recognize this and down here. What happened in here? None of this should be matching.
Look at it, right there.
He's got to take what he can get.
So for a lighter mix, that it's the same thing that I'm using. So
Yeah.
same. So let me do this real quick. All right.
This is a real B&H customer story. Jack and Barbara, professional wildlife photographers and B&H customers.
All right, guys. So check this out. So I debunked the price range on the gray. All right.
Actually, again, didn't debunk the price range. Prices range different depending on exactly what state that you live in. You can actually pay, like I said, more money for the items over here. We can go to Sherman-Williams, show you a receipt. It's $17 over here a quart. It's $23 a gallon. Prices in Philadelphia are not going to be the same in California. Just like if you're renting out an apartment, anyone who's ever lived in New York City honestly knows that the rent in New York City is crazy expensive compared to majority of most places that you live at. So no, you can't use that at all, period. But it just shows you at the end of the day, someone does not crack books.
The price, it's not $20 a gallon. It's not. This is a quart. 1 quart. That was gonna be $37.50 for the quart.
And this is what you buy paint from at the end of the day. Someone that doesn't know proper economics when it comes to basic. Oh, good gracious. So let me get this straight. I'm pretty sure I can go to New York City and I can get the same price as an apartment as big as this place over here, the same price what I'm paying over there, right? Oh yeah, sure. That's why you hear people, even when you see in movies, with a good gracious, your food is 10 times more expensive than what we pay over here, over in so and so and so. That would have cost me so and so and so. How many times have you heard that in a conversation? So no, the price of the paint that you pay over there is not going to be the same over here in Philadelphia. Crack a book. And why are you blocking? Again, why is this right here to begin with? This should never be up in the front. If you're doing a demonstration, this should never be here at all, period. You're blocking the entire screen. You already showed this off already. You showed this in the beginning of the video. That's all that needs to be seen. The customer and people are watching the demonstration already knows the price of it. That's what you display when you first do the demonstration. You show the receipts. Why would you be back in front of the screen? Can you move yourself away?
Right there, $29.99 and $7.50. So it was gonna be all.
He does this throughout the whole video.
That's number one, $40. So he lied to you, misleading you. You could get a gallon for $20. No, you can't. You can't.
That's sad,
So
ain't
that's
it?
one mislead. That's one lie. Okay. Number two, all Crow mixes are the same as Network Gray.
You see him on camera shuddering? Yeah, he's shuddering pretty bad.
What does he say? My digital one, everything matches. Crows, all the mixes of Crow matches. You're looking at it right here. It's not matching at all. Not matching whatsoever at all. That's number two lie. So number three, he's been using this and saying it is Crow, and I've been saying it for months and months and months. Don't trust this fool because he's lying to you. He's mixing off camera and he's claiming that it's my stuff when it's not. Anybody could actually see that, you know, you could print labels and
See how his voice starts to slow down because he's looking at the screen at the same time and the screen's blending.
you could, I mean, he's deceitful. He is a deceitful person. All right. Number three, Cinemax is beating the shit out of this, whatever gray it is. Right? It's kicking his butt. There's no ifs or buts or nothing. It's just destroying it. And I'm doing it with the P2. But see, this is what happens. I did the same thing with the cloth, which I have in my table now.
Listen to his voice.
Is in my table where it's supposed to be. I think the customer's presenting it to me. It looks good right there. I'm not lying, guys. Check it out.
This is where he starts bouncing from the camera.
On the tablecloth. I'm not lying.
See the red light right there? There you go. This is all the stuff where they break down your video. Why would you get up in the middle of a demonstration to just move that quick? Why are you moving that quick? You're not supposed to do that in a demonstration. You're supposed to sit there. When the demonstration is done, when I'm done with the demonstration, I say, we're done from here. Let's move on. That's where we go. But you never get up and move in the middle of a demonstration. Let's go back because we don't have time for whatever nonsense he's doing over here. Why in the world would you get up and walk away?
Check this out. Tablecloth right here. See, it's on my table. Yeah,
So, he walked away from a demonstration that you're showing off to show off a tablecloth that's laying on your table in the middle of a demonstration where you're supposed to be proving your product.
I about it or anything like that. You see how bright my environment is, guys?
Look at that. Constantly sat right there in front of the camera twice.
So,
You don't do that.
for those that have been asking me, hey man, Crow, damn dude. So see, when I did the Cinemax, this was my thing when I did the Cinemax. I wanted to get, my whole purpose of the Cinemax mix was to get those black levels a little bit bumped up. Without losing the brightness, I didn't want to lose too much brightness on it or anything like that. With the UV mix, I would have lost brightness, but my blacks would have been so deep, so black, but I just didn't.
That's how you would do your presentation, so deep, so black. Oh, great goodness. There is no proper term of how he's explaining his product. Oh, that's bad. That is really bad. This is a presentation that you listen to at the end of the day.
I didn't want that. I wanted an even balance. Personal, it would have been too bright. Hybrid, even brighter. Frankenstein, no, that's for venues. But the Cinemax, it was just all.
The Frankensteins for venues, yet I have not seen one venue demonstration or a possession of a venue projector or a screen of the Frankenstein on a screen size over 150 inches on display outside.
All around, just, I finally got something that I
Wait, this was on a P2? The picture was washed out that bad and it was on a P2 projector? Okay. Didn't realize it. At first I was thinking like, okay, he's got to be hitting it with something else because there's no way in the world that image came up that washed up on a P2. Wow. We gotta.
That's why, people tell me, Crow, I've seen you paint your screen over and over and over a bunch of, I'm not going to do it just to please anybody out there. I've done those videos, they're out there. I could do samples like that. Yeah, I could do samples and stuff like that. But you could check the sky right now. Look how ivory it kind of looks. I don't know if you guys could tell, but it looks yellowish. And that's the tone you're going to get. And this is from a ultra short throw projector. Look at my reds here. Here, look at those.
Your reds are the same here. This is on a P2. I looked at it like, well, this can't be on a P2. Look how washed out that is. That is pretty bad on a P2 projector. That is extremely bad. This is all washed out here and here. What do you mean the difference between your reds? The reds look exactly the same here. It's washed out here. It's washed out here. It should never look this bad. That's very bad. Hold on for a minute. We got to come back into that. So we double clicked on that one. Look at that. That's completely washed out. And it's matching, buddy. And it's on top of that, your screen is horribly washed out. The box is actually showing a better image than this right here. Is this just some shine right here? That's bad. I had no idea that was on a P2.
But this is where he gets pissed off, guys. This is where he
This is pretty bad, man.
gets mad.
That is pretty bad.
Is it better spending $40 or so it's $30, $37 for a quart. Now, how much is it for a gallon? 2, 4, 6, 8, $80, you think? Right? For a gallon.
Whoa. A gallon is going to, if it's $30 a quart, you do know a gallon is going to be more than that. It's going to be about $120. How do you get $80? What the heck did he just say? In his math? If you're paying $30 a quart, say if it's 29, at 29, you say you pay $1 for tax. That's $30 a quart. There's 4 quarts in a gallon. So that means that would be about $120. How in the world did you get 80 out of that? You can't add. Well, that explains a lot. Got to go back to that one. I definitely got to go back to that one. He just say what I thought he'd just say. I want to make sure I'm not saying something that I'm saying something. I'm sorry, this joker did he just say what I thought he just said? I'm trying to figure where we got to go back on this. Oh, 39.41. Let's go back here.
2468, $80, you think? Right? For a gallon. Which is not going to help you do nothing. Just for a quart. Now, how much is it for a gallon? 2468, $80, you think?
Wonder where'd you get 2468? How many penny do you think you need? You just sat there and mentioned 2468. There's only 432 ounces in a gallon. If you're breaking it down by ounces, then it'd be 128. So where in the world did you get 2468? It's only 4. Where did the 8 coming from? Oh my goodness. My goodness. This literally doesn't know math. That's basic math. I got to go back to that one again.
For a quart. Now, how much is it for a gallon? 2468, $80, you think?
No, not $80. Nowhere near $80. Where did you get that from? Oh my goodness, he doesn't know math. That's basic. A child can pick that one up. We got to go in. Well, hold on. I got business to take care of. But he just say what don't he just say?
Or, I mean, so it's $30, $37 for a quart.
How is it $37 a quart? You just showed a receipt showing it was $29. Where in the heck did $37 come from? Oh, he has short-term memory loss. He has to have it. He just bared a receipt to show $29, probably 99 cents where he's at. So you just went in and said 37. Why would it even be 37 in there? And you said 8? Do you know how many quarts go into an actual, well, of course, I'm pretty sure he doesn't know. He just said that there and said that 2 quarts make a 300-inch screen. You don't know math. That's sad.
Now, how much is it for a gallon? 2468, $80, you think? Right?
No, not right. Nowhere near in the ballpark. It's 4 times 30 is going to be 120. Not even anywhere in the ballpark. Where did you get 8 from? There is no 8 in that. My goodness. I got to play that one again. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, people. He doesn't know math. How do you miscalculate that?
But this is where he gets pissed off, guys. This is where he gets mad. Is it better spending $40 or, I mean, so.
No, he got confused there, but he had to think about what he did. And $40, and so he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's why I told you at the end of the day, he doesn't know math. He sat there and said 2 quarts can paint a 300-inch screen. That is virtually impossible anywhere in the planet. He literally does not know math. He has to think about that. He's literally had deep thought trying to figure that out. Why would you add 40 into it? You just had a receipt that just told you what the price was. Oh, we're done after this. I'm sorry, people. I try not to laugh, but good gracious. Come on. It was right there. It just said it on the receipt. He has short-term memory. Hey, something's wrong there. Something's not clicking there. We got to go back on that one. Hold on.
But this is where he gets pissed off, guys. This is where he gets mad. Is it better spending $40 or, I mean, so.
No, you're confused.
It's $30, $37 for a quart. Now, how much is it for a gallon? 2468, $80, you think?
You think there's 8 quarts in a gallon? Are you kidding me? So if there's 8 quarts in a gallon at 37 to $40, I don't know where you got that from. Where did $40 come from? That doesn't make any sense. It's nowhere even near anything in the equation. What are you talking about? Over here, it's super paint. And mind you, Crow, what you don't understand is when they make paint and different forms of style. So whether or not you get it in eggshell, if you get it in gloss, you get it in satin, or you can get the cheaper version, which is a super paint, which is the cheapest one they make. So they make different brands. They make a high, more advanced version of it. Like I got one in the room that cost me $60 to paint on my wall because it's a one coat application. So it costs a little more than the cheaper version of that one. So you'll pay for, if you know anything about paint, which he doesn't know at all, period, you will pay for the name of the paint, you will pay for the texture of it, you will pay for the ability, if it has the ability of a one coat application, if it has a block on it where kids can paint on it, you wipe it off. There's a whole lot of stuff to pay extra for that paint. But again, depending on where you live at, your price could be higher or lower, depending on where you live at. So people live in other areas, it may cost more to live there, price of living may be higher, and other places it may be lower. You don't know anything about economics at all, period. Nothing. So that tells you right there, you don't know much. But the fact that I don't even know how you got 40 in that. Where would 40 come from? I have never mentioned paint costing $40. I said $23 a gallon because that's what it costs us over here, $23 a gallon. Now, where you got 37 from, a quart, you just bared a receipt clearly showing $29. Where did 37? And then you say 8, 2468. You miss. He's 2468, 2468. Did he bring a 4 in there anywhere in there? 2468. He said the fourth at 2468. So he had 2 in there. How would 2 quarts make a gallon? Oh, great goodness. Here we go. And how would 8 even be anywhere in that equation? There is no way in the world you're going to have 8 32 ounces to make a gallon. He doesn't know how to add.
From a ultra short throw projector. Look at my reds here. Here.
Yeah, your reds are not matching. Let's go into this whole math thing.
But this is where he gets pissed off, guys. This is where he gets mad. Is it better spending $40?
Where are you getting $40 from? Never said it cost $40. It said $23. So where does the $40 come to? He got confused right there when he said it. Watch.
Or so it's $30, $37.
Where is 37's coming from? You just showed a receipt clearly showing $29.95 or 99 cents. So where are you getting 37 from?
For a quart. Now, how much is it for a gallon? 2468, $80.
2468. How are you getting that out of a gallon? If it's $37, as he just said, which I don't know how he got the 8 quarts, and there's 4 quarts in a gallon. Where does 2 and where does 8? You should have stopped at 4.
Bucks, you think? Right?
I'm sorry, we gotta go. We gotta go one more time, people.
Which is not.
We gotta go one more time.
And that's
2, 4, 6, 8.
This is from a ultra short throw projector. Look at my reds here.
Oh, great goodness!
But this is where he gets pissed off, guys. This is where he gets mad. Is it better spending $40? Or, so
You get confused.
it's $30, $37 for a quart. Now, how much is it for a gallon? 2468, $80, you think?
No, we think not. We think not $80. If it's $37 and you just said that, how in the world would even 2 of that equal to the $80? How would that even come? It's there, but it's not. And how would 8 come anywhere near $80? Oh my goodness. This just pretty much sums it up. It does. Now I see where he actually literally believes. He definitely does literally believe that 2 quarts are going to paint a 300-inch screen. That's why I couldn't figure out where he was getting the Mickey Mouse math from. How in the world are you going to take 3 physical projection screens and make a physical 300-inch screen? If that's the case, I got 250 inches downstairs. I bet you have a 300-inch screen. That's bigger than the 250 I got sitting in the back. Now this explains everything. This definitely explains why his calculations are way off. And one part he's saying that the paint he has, it paints 135, but then he has 120. 2 quarts he has at one point paints up to a 300-inch screen, but he has it as a gallon. Go to the front of the page. He says 2 quarts to 150 to 200. This adds it up. Man, you jokers better than that. That's why you naysayers don't need to be in here. You don't need to be in here. This is what you follow at the end of the day. How they say, a fool follows a fool. A fool, you think? No, no, I don't think. And for those of you who basically supported this nonsense, guess what? You're in the same category. I guarantee that some of you probably don't even know how to use a calculator. I guarantee you probably walk around with an old-fashioned chalkboard with a string with a piece of chalk attached to it. Some of you probably don't even wear, this is where the onslaughts are going to get pretty bad for y'all. Some of y'all don't even freaking wear, you wear sandals. We know why you wear sandals. It's a way for you to count your toes so you can add up how much money you have left in your pockets. My goodness. Come on. You have to know math in this business. You have to be able to break things down. You have to add them up. You have to. It is a requirement. I mean, I don't have trigonometry of let me leave it alone. Anyway, so you have to, all right? My math isn't the greatest in the world, but at least at the end of the day, my measurements are on point because you have to go in and crack books. You just can't go off the top of your head. Literally, he just confused himself. He literally just shut himself down. They should put that do-do-do-do. He literally just shut himself down because he had to think about that for a minute. Maybe, probably, no. What planet?
For a quart. Now, how much is it for a gallon? From a ultra short throw projector. Look at my rats here. Here, look at those. See? But this is where he gets pissed off, guys. This is where he gets mad. Is it better spending $40 or, I mean, so.
So, you had to think about that for a minute. $40. This man's in deep trance right now. He does not know exactly what's going on in his head. Right now, the numbers are not calculating correctly at all, period. He's about to go off the rails.
It's $30, $37 for a quart. Now, how much is it for a gallon? 2, 4, 6, 8, $80?
Where did you get 8 from? Literally, seriously. You should have stopped at 4. You had it at 4. Literally, you had it at 4. But where did you get even 2? 2 should have never been 6. What would they be doing there to begin with? Well, last time, people. Last time. Sorry.
Is it better spending $40 or, I mean, so it's $30, $37 for a quart. Now, how much is it for a gallon? 2, 4, 6, 8, $80, you think?
No. Fernando Gonzalez. We don't think over here. We don't think. No, it's not going to be $80. We do think, but we don't think on that level. No, it's not $80, man. It's not $80. If you're going to break it down in ounces, you're going to say 32 ounces, right? It'll be 128 for every gallon if you break it down in ounces. If you do it at 48 and you break it down to 2, it's going to be 96. You got to know how to do math, man. You got to know how to do math. You have to do how to do math at the end of the day. You have to. It's a requirement when you build screens. You have to know measurements and you have to know math. And especially if you're mixing formulas, you have to know math. $80, you think? No. Oh, man, that's funny. That is hilarious. I didn't even catch that in the video.
Right? For a gallon. Which is not going to help you do nothing. Look.
He had a nerve to nod on it too and said, right? For a gallon. Dude, you're not even close. $80. Where the frick did you get $80 from? Out of 4 times, even 4 times 30, where did you get that from? I'm sorry, we got to go one more time. This explains everything. This literally explains everything now. It's so much clearer.
This is where he gets mad. Is it better spending $40 or, I mean, so it's $30, $37 for a quart. Now, how much is it for a gallon? 2, 4, 6, 8, $80, you think?
Where is the link on this? We need this whole right here. I need this whole section. We need to put that in the comment section because I'm not losing this section ever. I need to figure out exactly where that video stops at. Oh my goodness, he just sat there and said on camera, literally, that he doesn't know how to add. How in the world you don't know how many quarts are in a gallon? They teach you that in school. Who knows that? Oh my goodness. He doesn't know how many quarts go into a gallon. We gotta print out the other form site too. I get there too. Oh my goodness! I tell you, I couldn't make this up if I wanted to. He doesn't know how to add.
Right? For a gallon. Which is not gonna help you do nothing. Look.
He gets a nod.
Let me read some of these comments here, guys, real fast.
Somebody needs to tell you to go get a calculator.
Throat projector. Look at my rats here. Here, look at those. See?
Somebody needs to actually go get a calculator. You don't know how to add. $39.14. That's the spot right there. We need to hit it at every time we come back in here. So that's where it's at. $39.14.
But this is where he gets pissed off, guys. This is where he gets mad. Is it better spending 40 bucks or, I mean, so it's 30 bucks, $37 for a quart. Now, how much is it for a gallon? 2, 4, 6, 8, 80 bucks, you think? Right?
No.
For a gallon.
No.
Which is not going to help you do nothing. Look. Let me read some of these comments here, guys, real fast. Let me go through this. Even though you have done these demos, your product to him, and will still be untested, still not backed up. No, but I'm doing this to shut other people out there that have doubts. You know what I mean?
Watch
it's
the
not
screen.
All about him so much.
Watch the screen. Doubts, buddy. You just brought up so many. Not only can't you add, you can't spell at the end of the day. You don't know proper grammar. I'm sorry, but I told you before. Everybody. For some people saying, oh, but this is grammar. No. Even people who have immaculate grammar at the end of the day pay people to go through their stuff because they know themselves that they can make a mistake. A public speaker will have people check himself. Some people will have people that check their stuff too on top of that because they don't want to make that mistake. So there's all kinds of software, everything you can use to basically make sure that your spelling is correct. And we've been going to his sites for months and it looks that bad on his site. I even showed you how you can go into Hotmail and you can use your spelling checking over to recorrect your stuff to help you out. We even helped them out. We showed them a couple times. You can just copy and paste and put it up on Google. And Google will show you the correct way to spell it. It has been that way for the longest time. So again, that comes from sheer laziness of not wanting to go in and get it fixed. Or maybe he has too much pride to ask somebody. Ask your wife, ask a friend, ask somebody to go in and fix that because that makes you look like at the end of the day a complete idiot. But the fact that now this pretty much clears up when I sat there and said, who in their freaking right mind would ever sit there and say that 2 quarts of paint are going to paint a 300-inch screen and then to come in and use Mickey Mouse math by saying an equivalence of 3 100 inches? This pretty much explains it. It definitely explains it. He doesn't know math. So that explains it.
Much.
Now look at the screen.
I don't mind. Like,
now this is where he starts taking his hand and starts doing this in front of the screen to keep you from seeing the screen as much as possible. Watch.
like
See the nervousness right here?
My landlord, he saw me. He's all like, "Hey, man, there's 8 units. 8 units out of whatever."
Why is your hand anywhere in this area? And it doesn't need to be here because when he's doing this on camera, this is what it's doing. For those you don't know, this is what it's doing on camera. Every time he moves his hand back and forth like that. He's not supposed to have his hand anywhere in the area where the screen is being displayed.
10 units or whatever, 11, 12, 13, 14 units that are in this complex, right? So he says, 8 units, I need to paint the restrooms, you know? My landlord's 85 years old. He's the owner. He's like, hey, I seen you painting outside. What are you painting? What are you doing? I go, I'm painting screens. And he saw me with my, with my sprayer and all that stuff, right? So he's all like, hey, if I pay you, can you paint the other units? And I was like, huh. He goes, how long will it take you? And I go, well, if they prep them, I'll just...
I don't know how you're going to paint another unit if you don't know exactly how much paint goes into a gallon of paint.
Come in with my spray and paint them.
You can't add.
Maybe an hour, maybe.
Maybe
Tops an hour, maybe. Depends on the size. Maybe 2 hours. I don't think more than that.
8 units. And how many hours did you just say? Did he just say a couple of hours for 8 units? Do you have any idea how big 8 units are? So if he's talking about a unit, you're talking about an entire apartment. You're talking about bedroom, bathroom, kitchen. And mind you, when you're painting a unit, you can't use the same paint. You have to use a special paint for bathrooms. You have to use a special paint for kitchens. Bathrooms have to use a kind of paint that's mold and mildew resistant, because the last thing you want is that crap building up, and then you'll have all kinds of problems. So you have to have a special paint for those particular areas, because areas are going to have a lot of element change from back and forth in those particular areas. You got to do a lot of priming. You got to do a little prepping. You may have to sand. It depends on how the apartments may be looking. There could be holes in the walls. It could be prep work. Prep work alone is going to take time to do, to get ready. You can't just go in there with a paint can and start blasting. You might have to do sanding at the end of the day. There's a whole lot of things that can go wrong when you're actually painting a room. You might have to do a repair job in there before you can actually paint the environment, depending on how the tenants left it. And even if he sat there and said we were already primed already, it's still not going to take a couple of hours to do 8 units. I just painted a 180-inch screen, 129, 250. You have an idea how much time that took to do? You're talking about a unit. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Any painter would look at that, would start laughing like, no, there's no way in the world. You could spend 2 hours in one room alone knocking out one room. And then when you're using a paint sprayer, keep in mind, now things are going to have to be done a little different. You're going to have to tape up everything in the environment, the baseboard, all that stuff is going to have to be done, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't want the unit all white. He probably wants in different shades or different colors, or however way he's going to do it. But you're still going to have to tape up all the windows. That's going to take time alone. That right there is going to take a couple of hours just to go in and tape up every single window in that environment. It's going to take at least 2 or 3 hours alone, and they're taping stuff up. That's going to take some time to do before you can go in there with a paint sprayer and apply to the surface. Oh man, he doesn't know what he's talking about. I can't stand people get on camera and talk trash and don't know what they're talking about.
He goes, how long would it take you? And I go, well, if they prep them, I'll just come in with my spray and paint them. Maybe an hour, maybe tops an hour, maybe. It depends on the size. Maybe 2 hours. I don't think more than that. So it's
going to take more than 2 hours. Even if they prep the environment for you, it's still going to take more than 2 hours to paint that. Number one, your cannon's not going to have infinity paint, which means you're going to run out of paint. You got to go in, you got to change out the cannon, put everything in. You might have to clean the hose a couple of times because they do get clogged up from here to there. You've seen it happen to me on camera a few times. Sometimes paint will get clogged cannon up. So you got to take apart this amount of the cannon, clean it out, put it all back together again. It takes time. You're going to take longer than that to do that. I would have gone in and painted one first and then came out and made that statement. So then I would have an actual readout exactly how long it would have taken to paint the unit.
I go, all right, well, can you paint your restroom? So I was like, oh, so he wanted to redo the whole walls and everything and put new sinks and toilets on. I'm like, sure. So we just got everything brand new. And before he got everything brand new, I painted the restroom yesterday. So that's why he came when the beginning of the video.
So this is the reason why he's taking you to a story.
Whatever.
Because he wants to keep you off track of what you're looking in the background.
14 units that are in this complex, right? So he says, 8 units, I need to paint the restrooms, you know? My landlord's 85 years old. He's the owner. He's like, hey, I seen you painting outside. What do you paint? What do you do? And I go, I'm painting street.
All right, let me explain something to you, Crow. Number one, if your landlord is licensed, all right, he can't have you go in there and paint that environment because you're not licensed and not bonded. You have to be licensed and bonded before he has you go in there and paint a facility or an area, because you need somebody there that knows exactly what they're doing. He has to hire a professional painter. He can get fined for that alone by itself. Did you know that? Anytime anyone steps foot on a property, they have to be licensed and bonded. You know that, right? So he can't have his tenants going in there and painting rooms out. If you put a paint in one of those rooms that, like, say, like I said, kitchen or bathroom, and those are particular special paints that you have to put in there because, again, they have to be mold and mildew resistance, and something accumulates down in time, there's going to be issues for him and you at the end of the day. That means he's cutting corners and he's getting people in there to work on the place that are not basically licensed and bonded, which means that's where problems start arising in apartments because they're cutting corners. You need to have people in there that are licensed and bonded to do any paint or any work on the property whatsoever. That's how it's done. How do I know this? I have friends in the real estate business. So they would never hire me to go in there, even though I paint. I can't walk in there because I'm not licensed and bonded. You bust something up in there, you break something, something goes wrong. How is he going to get his money back? You're lying. Stop lying.
Screens. And he saw me with my, with my sprayer and all that stuff, right? So he's all like, hey.
Now, forget the story he's telling over here, the fortune teller. Look at the screens in the background. He's trying to keep your mind occupied on the story because he didn't want you to know that the screens in the back are matching.
If I pay you, can you paint the other units? And I was like, huh. He goes, how long will it take you? And I go, well, if they prep them, I'll just come in with my spray and paint them.
Mind you, as he's doing the demonstration, the light he has over here is on the entire time. That's why his screen is so washed out in this area. He has the light pointed directly at the screen right here. You notice that when he got back up to shoot a tablecloth.
Maybe an hour, maybe tops an hour, maybe. It depends on the size. Maybe 2 hours. I don't think more than that. So he's all like, all right, well, can you paint your restroom? So I was like, oh. So he wanted to redo the whole walls and everything and put new sinks and toilets and all. I'm like, sure. So
now they will allow you to go in and paint your environment. Some people don't like the way their walls look when they move into a place like, I don't like it. Can I paint over it? Yeah, as long as you put it back the same way you got it. They don't really care about that as long as you put it back the way you got it. But to hire a unless a tenant is licensed and bonded, so you're a professional painter, you're bonded, you have a license and all that. Oh, heck yeah. They're going to say, okay, look, I'll reduce your rent. If you could do me a favor, then you could do that. But if you're not licensed and bonded, you're not a professional painter, you have no right being in any one of those apartments not painting anything. And he should not be asking you anything at the end of the day to do jack. So that's a complete lie.
he just got everything brand new. And before he got everything brand new.
Now, just say real quick, can you imagine if someone in the apartment was like, like an amateur electrician? It kind of raises a little bell there. An amateur electrician. And he goes, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you go rewire the box and all that downstairs and all the outlets and everything? Yeah. See what I'm talking about? And 3 o'clock in the morning, you can't figure out why your apartment's filled with black smoke. That's why. You don't do that. And he should know better as a landlord not to ask his tenants that are not licensed, bonded, or not professional painters to do that. This is a person right here who doesn't even know how many quarts go into a gallon. But yet your landlord is going to hire you to go in and paint. Yeah, that's going to be a circus show.
I painted the restroom yesterday. So that's why he came, when the beginning of the video, he came here, because he just painted. He paid me to paint my own restroom, which I could have done without charging. But he
First thing, he's not going to pay you $300 to paint a restroom. No, it's not going to happen. Sorry, Crow. Good gracious. Does this guy ever think when he does stuff? No one is going to pay you $300. He could have done that himself for cheap. It's a restroom. It's not that big. Now, something if you're doing like maybe that entire apartment in there, and maybe the next one over, maybe you might get $300 for. But you're not going to get $300 for a bathroom. Are you kidding me? Is your landlord a little slow at the end of the day? You know how big a bathroom is in the day? Bathrooms are not that big unless you have a luxury home and you got one of those really big bathrooms in there, like 2 sinks and a toilet in the back and one of those showers that you can walk in. If you don't even have a shower you can walk in, some bathrooms are pretty big, and still they're not going to give you $300. You just have to go in there and paint. You really don't have much to paint because you have a sink, a toilet, and a bathtub in there that's taken up most of the area. Some people just have tile in theirs at the end of the day, just a little bit, because my bedroom has tile in it and it has wall. There's nothing in there really to paint at the end of the day. You're not really using anything in there at all. Ceiling and a couple of parts areas behind the shower, maybe behind the toilet, and that's it. No one's going to pay you $300 for that. You can go there and do that yourself and save yourself some money. So that's a lie right there for a bathroom. Who's gonna pay $300 for a bathroom? Please go look in your bathroom right now and see how much paint it takes to paint that right now. You go, no, ain't nobody gonna pay no $300 for this. You could do that yourself. Oh, good gracious, what a freaking liar.
And next week I have some screens that I'm painting and I have to paint some of these, and I said, sure. So who's gonna give you $500 to paint? And you do the math, 5 times 8. Right? I mean, seriously.
Don't even attempt to add that up, please. We do not want to see your head explode on camera. I don't want to see. I haven't had breakfast yet. I don't need to see that. After just showing that debacle with the adding of the math, after that, we know he can't add. And on top of that, look at the background. This is why the story is going to get even more far-fetched. Yeah, we all have bathrooms at the end of the day. You go look around in there and see how much wall you have in there to paint. And if somebody painter walked in and said, well, this is going to cost you $300 to paint, you're like, you lost your mind. I'll paint this myself. Yeah, because there's not a lot of work in there to do. It's a bathroom. The only thing you have to do is go down to Home Depot and just say, hey, look, I need a paint for bathroom, which is going to be a molding resistant paint. That's what it's pretty much going to be. And you can do it yourself. Ain't nobody in right mind's going to paint a $300 for a bathroom. Your bathroom has to be super huge for that nonsense. Good gracious, you can get some tile work or something done for $300, but good gracious, no, no.
I already have all my equipment here. I just go in each apartment and paint. Done, 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 and done.
All right, we're done with the storytelling. Again, it's just gotten stupid. We're just going to watch the screen in the background because pretty much he's telling this story to try to distract you from looking at the screen, and that's what he's doing. Now here he comes back with the box. This is my favorite part. Look how well it's matched. And he comes back to the box. I got to hear this part. And he sticks the box right in front of the screen.
Look what he brought me. He gave me this. This is what he brought me right now after he gave me the money. Goggles and a painter's mask. Half-face respirator painter's mask. There you go. So, you know, if
you were just over at Sherman-Williams picking up paint, you bought the mask from over there. Again, doesn't add up. No one's going to pay you $300 to paint a bathroom. There's nothing at a bathroom literally to paint, not that much, unless you have a really big bathroom. That's the only way you're going to be painting a lot of wall space. But other than that, judging by the size of his apartment, his bathroom isn't gigantic. So he's not paying him a lot of money. He would do that himself if he's trying to save money.
If Ken thinks that, you know, by making these...
Now this is the part that gets me. You're on a P2 projector. How is your image that badly washed out on a P2? It shouldn't be that bad at all, period. And he noticed that on camera. Watch this. That's story, $300 to clean a bathroom. Oh yeah, your bathroom's small, man. Your bathroom's definitely small. There's no way in the world that he paid you $300 to paint a bathroom that small. That's not going to happen. He could have got somebody off the street to do that one for less. He could have did it himself. He could have got a family member to paint that in for. He got a family to paint that in for free. No one's going to give you $300. No. So you can tell he doesn't know. His numbers are not good. His calculations are way off. Then he has to go back and show you the mask that he gave to him. And then take the same mask and stick that in front of the screen. Because see right here, his screen is completely washed out. He's on a P2, and that's how bad the image is coming. Not only that, it's matching how washed out the screen is here. So how come this image doesn't look the same way it does? Oh, he's not in the dark. That's why. He's not in complete darkness. That's why. Look at that. Look how bad that looks. That is absolutely horrible. That's on a $3,300 projector. That washed just as bad as the house paint right here. at the end of the day, this guy is shipping you house paint. That's it. That's what it's coming down to. You can't tell the difference between his product. You can't tell the difference between the house paint. Again, he would save a lot more money if he just goes and just sends you the house paint now. Knowing what he knows now, he's just probably just going to skip, not even mixing the paint anymore. It's going to save him a lot of time. And on top of that, he can go to Sherwin-Williams and just grab a gallon of it and mix it in whatever how he wants to do it. He's still going to make his little bit of money at the end of the day from it. That's what he's going to do. But you can see he doesn't know math. You can't add. That pretty much clears up the whole entire, how in the world did he get 2 quarts into a 300-inch screen? That clears it up. I have never heard anyone sit there and say 2, 4, 6, 8 to equal to a gallon. He couldn't even memorize that the receipt said $29.99 or $95 on it, and you said 37 and you said 40. That has nothing to do with what you're talking about. Look how badly that's washed out. This is on a P2. I told you that the demonstration I saw on the promo demonstration of the P2, only one person had the ability to pull that in a fully lit image because he had a $3,000 Dark Star 9 sitting in this environment. And when you do demonstrations constantly in the dark, this is what happens to your product. Look how well he's matching the screen back here. We have to get over that landlord story, man. That's the most bogus thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Let's see if we start shuttering in here.
When I was 21, right? So I've been doing it for, I was like 19, 20, and I've been doing it for over 25 years. Like, dude, or 20, 23, 24 years. Like, dude, I'm already up here where I go to a print shop, I ask them what I want, and I could balance my money, my portfolio, man. I'm balancing. So, but not because of that, I like money too, because it helps me with my...
Just watch the screen in the background. He's talking about nothing in this. Just keep going. Look at that. Match. Notice you stopped talking about the screen, right? Look at that. That's absolutely crazy. Look at that. Let's get you guys over here for a minute. Let's get that out of here. Now, I need you to go to your customers who you painted that 178-inch screen in and take the same paint, put it in there, and get his personal opinion. Because that man sits there and says, oh, there's a difference. Oh, we know you persuaded that one. But deep down inside, he knows that he paid too much now for that product. And he will be contacting you after the video is over, having a little conversation with you, because he's going to want to know, why in the world did I just pay all this money for this screen to be painted when I could have went down to Sherwin-Williams and did the same thing for less? And I'm pretty sure he would have known the proper amount of paint needed to paint the screen. Let's see what he's ranting about now.
And we got it, and it was like $300, and he bought it. It's like, you can't say stuff like that. You've been in your apartment cooped up for years and years and years. And I don't know, you're not enjoying life, dude. You're not getting any.
I don't have an apartment, I have a house. My house is over 16,000 square feet. I have a massive sized backyard in the back, a massive deck, a driveway that fits about 4 cars. So trust me, I'm good. I don't even use my front yard, which I need to use it this year because I haven't used it last year. Got an entire attic over top, which I figured out what to do with. My basement's huge, which my entire workshop in. So yeah, I'm good. My house is pretty good size. And when I'm actually leaving from here, I'm in the process of working on getting 8 acres of land to build whatever the freak I want and be left alone. You, on the other hand, you're in an apartment. Now, I'm not saying anything wrong against anybody in an apartment. Hey, fantastic, knock yourself. I've seen some beautiful apartments. But yeah, we're going to leave that alone. We're not going to go down that road of pack rats.
Younger either. You're an old bat, and you're not getting any younger, and you're not living your life like you're supposed to. Enjoy your life. You only have once.
remember,
So let me get this straight. At 23 years old, actually around 24, I went to Paris. I studied for culinary arts. I have a degree in IT tech. And I have contracts, which are pretty much just about everything about we think of. What else do we have here? I have more screens, bigger house, more stuff than you have at the end of the day. My product sells for, we already know what it sells for at the end of the day. I have more publicity for my products. I have more experience. I've been in the business quite longer than both of you combined together. And I've been at 7-star hotels. I've added fancy restaurants. I have traveled quite a bit in my younger years, so I'm good. And I can sit back now in my house and just relax, which I should be doing at my age. Actually, technically, I should be retired, but I like what I do for a living. So, you're how old and still living in an apartment? I mean, at least if you're going to live in an apartment, at least live in an upgrade model. I'm not trying to get rude or get disrespectful, my dude, but you have to understand, I've seen your apartment, you got stuff packed in the corners on top of stuff. I can see that in my environment, you can see every single corner without anything stacked in corners at all. I have multiple theater rooms throughout my entire house. I have areas of the house I don't even use yet that I haven't even got it unutilized. And like the room in the next room, which I still can't figure out what we're going to do with that because somebody just showed me a demonstration on building a movie theater in your room. I'm like, what the freak? We need one of those. So now I'm thinking about converting the room over there into a movie theater with the rising seats and all that stuff. Someone showed me how to do it on the form sites. Because I'm thinking like, do I need a really big spot? And they're like, no, you can do this in a room. He showed me set up. I was like, oh, you freaking cute. You got the room in there and you just need to set it up. So he's going to show me how to elevate the seats so they stand up so I can have an actual movie theater in the next room. So that's what we're going to put in. I know I change out so much, but that's what we do around here. But anyway, yeah, go out and live life. Dude, I was doing more in my timeline before you had reached 54. I've already rented 3 different houses. I've never had an apartment a day in my life. Sorry, not to be rude if anybody has an apartment. If you have one, I'm not knocking you, but I never lived in an apartment, not ever. I've always lived in houses. I went from a rented room to 3 houses. And in the property right now, I'm working with a land negotiator about basically getting these 8 acres that I do need for other projects that I'm working on besides screen paints. Let's see. Really so much of my life. Like I said, they're culinary arts, like the Bedfins, Hard Shell Cafe, bookbinders. People up from Philadelphia, you know what bookbinders is at the end of the day. Yeah, so I've been there and done it already. But you, on the other hand, you live in a GameStop apartment.
G. Gervais said,
and meanwhile, while we're having this conversation, you're blending the screen in the background. And on top of that, you're using a $3,300 projector that is washed out. How come this does not look the same way in your demonstrations? You know why? Because he's always in a dark environment. That's why. When you're in a dark environment, the color's improved. The image should never be this washed out. This is pretty bad, especially for $3,300. And this is a projector that has a 2,000,000 to 1 contrast ratio. What the freak just happened here?
you only got one life, man. So, enjoy it. There's no sequel. If you think that there's no sequel whatsoever. So.
Interesting, a person who's literally trying to get knowledge on basically going out and living life in the middle of COVID. Yeah, with all the multiple variants that are popping up all over the place. That's what you really want to do. You want to go traveling around all over the place. That's what you want to do. Smart.
I enjoy it, and I try to enjoy it to the fullest. And I do tell everybody the same thing: enjoy it to the fullest, guys.
So while you're packed in a movie theater, I can go out back and I can sit down, take my lounge chair, get a popcorn maker, maybe some cotton candy, whatever I want, and I can watch my movies off a 250-inch screen in my backyard. Why would I want to go to the movies? Why? Any answers on that one? Why I would go to the movies? Oh, okay, just wondering.
See, look at how
we got good weather today. After I come back from my appointment. Forget you, Crow. We got things to do. Yeah, I gotta be out of here. I got work to do. Anyway, today the weather is good. We're gonna be outside on 250-inch. As for this guy at the end of the day, again, dude, before you start thinking about exploring and seeing the world, learn math. Learn how to spell, Learn to make a product that doesn't match house paint at the end of the day. And I'm pretty sure at the end of the day, you are shipping to your customers everyday paint. Because I said before, if you can sit here and make these false accusations on camera, your landlord didn't pay, you know, $300 to paint a bathroom, stop lying on that nonsense. And I don't care if you get him on camera, because he's probably going to go back and try to get him on camera, try to coach him to say that at the end of the day. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, no, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. If he's a landlord, he's a businessman, he's trying to save money. Number one, anyone in there painting, you can paint your own bathroom, yes, but they're not going to pay you $300 to paint your bathroom. That's a complete lie. They'll give you permission to paint your bathroom, yes. Anytime you move into a house, anyone who knows if you move anywhere, the house, apartment, whatever you're moving at, or where you're renting, you have to go back and contact them and ask them, hey, look, can I have permission to change up the colors? They don't supply you paint. You buy your own paint and you do the work yourself at any place you move at. As long as you put it back the same way it does. If it doesn't, it comes out of your security deposit. We all know how it works. This guy lives in some kind of make-believe fantasy world that doesn't even exist. I have never heard of a landlord coming and go, nice job in the bathroom. Here's $300. He don't give you $300. That's a free paint job he just got for his bathroom. He had to pay anybody at the end of the day. That means he had to hire maintenance to come in and paint that bathroom, which at the end of the day, he would have to pay them to go paint the bathroom. But for his tenants to do it for free, no, I'm good. Just as long as you put it back the way it is or it comes out of your security deposit. That's it. Anyone that gave you $300. Good gracious, man. You spend too much time at Disney World. You can't separate reality from the non-fictional world of Disneyland.
Ivory Deluxe. And this video right here is gonna piss him off.
Ow.
Piss him off. Look at his blacks. Same thing. Let me turn off this light.
Yeah, because you
See if
had,
that helps.
you had to make the switch. You turned the light off because he had the light the entire time aiming at that one particular surface right there. But it doesn't make a difference. You're not supposed to match the screen anything. Yeah, what's going on there, Jamie?
I have 10,000. What does that mean? I have a 10,000 lumen flood light, but don't use it while watching movies. Oh, exactly. Like for those people that tell me, man, you know, I got so much light, I don't want to watch it. There's no way you're watching your TV without that lighting, dude. I guarantee, unless you have an OLED TV that reflects it and you can't see any reflection on it, I believe you. But other than that, shut up.
Where do we have a 10,000 LED light in any of the demonstrations that we use? The Maxozone doesn't have 10,000 LED lights as a ceiling light. The room at 127 inches that sits downstairs in the lounge, it uses lights from the windows. There's no LEDs in there. There's no LEDs in the theater room at 148 inches. There's definitely no LEDs outside on the 250 or 150 we have on display. There's no LED lights we have in here on, I don't know, the arcade room at 144. And in the next room we have with all white lighting in there with the, what do you have? The all white walls. There's a ceiling light. So where we have LED lights at? I'm curious where.
Don't have the space to always have the screen up.
What the heck
If
did
you're a
he just
homeowner
say?
in Pennsylvania, you're still paying for electricity that you could be missing out
What the
on
heck did he
free
just say that?
services.
Oh, okay. Let me see what's it. If you use your paint, can I roll the screen up from time to time? Dude, you can roll it up as many times as you want.
You can leave it up for months. You can roll it back down. It doesn't really matter. It'll be safe. It'll be okay. No problem whatsoever. Like,
You could do that. It's safe, and it's good. It won't. You could do every he puts there, and it won't make a difference to him, which is why I told him I don't understand why he continues to do stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Yes. What's the best way to mount a motorized screen? My ceiling is not strong enough, and the wall is very brittle.
Now he's saying he's reading this from his comment section, right? This is his comment section. No one in that comment section is saying anything about what he's reading. He's faking, he's reading off. They're in there slandering me. They're not talking about asking him questions. There's nobody in there asking him the questions that he's talking about right now on camera. So they're in there talking about me. They're not talking about anything else. That's the end of the chats right there. That's it. That's the end. Right there, it says right there. End chat. That's it. Not one person said anything he just read on camera. That would explain the writing the word loser over and over and over again for about 50, 60 times over and over again. Yeah, I think Crow needs to be 302'd. I think he needs 302 or he needs psychiatric evaluation. He does need it. Can't? Oh man, that would explain a lot of stuff.
Oh man, what's the best mount to use? Wait, the motorized screen. Oh my god. Okay, Rod.
Now look at this. Look at the screen in the background. Same thing. Walks in front of the screen. Walks back in front of the screen. Moves, starts messing with the camera. I don't want the camera, messes with it again. Messes with it again, drops the camera. This is where he starts getting nervous because the white level, he made us about Ivy white levels and the levels are matching on every level. And he's getting real nervous. Yeah, he's moving the camera back and forth. Walks back in front of the screen again. You're not supposed to be there. If you're talking about a demonstration about mounting the camera, you're not supposed to be anywhere in this area at all, period. You're not supposed to be there. See how he's blocking the screen? Not supposed to be there. Oh man, that was actually awful to watch, man. Here we go. The worse the video gets, the more he walks in front of it. The more it starts matching, the more he walks in front of it. Look at that. That's not so. Why is your hand right here? Shouldn't even be there. All right, let's get a zoom out real quick. So, buddy, at the end of the day, we know why your math was way off, because you can't add. You definitely cannot add. I don't know how in the world you don't know how 4 quarts equal a gallon. That's something anybody would know. How do you shop at the supermarket? You're something anybody should know at the end of the day. You don't even have to be a painter. You should definitely know that. The lies that you told on camera, unbelievable. Your product is matching the product with no problem whatsoever, which, like I said, it wouldn't be too far-fetched if you're probably just shipping people Network Gray 773 and claiming it to be your product. I wouldn't be surprised about that. Not only that, the fact that the lies about your landlord, complete definite lie. No one's going to give you $300 for painting the bathroom. They're just not going to do that. I'm sorry. No one's going to do that. You're talking about landlords trying to save money at the end of the day. He's not going to give you $300 because you painted your own bathroom. No. And I've seen the size of your bathroom. It's not a big bathroom at all, period. It's very small. So the fact that there's not enough wall in there to actually be worth $300. All right, we're done. I got things to do. That right there, I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see that in a million years. Wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see that in a freaking million years. That you said, wait. What the heck is that supposed to be?
So yeah, that's the best thing I could tell you. I've done that before.
What if I fold it? You can fold it. Look, dude, let me show you something.
Oh, that's some paint on the surface. All right. So anyway, like I said, man, look, your product matched the house paint. I'm pretty sure you're already probably selling the product as it is out of the container. It does explain why your math was way off, because you definitely can't add. At the end of the day, that definitely clearly shows you can't add. Your product matched house paint, man. You don't understand. You can't match the paint anywhere. Nowhere in the demonstration you can't match it. And I'm clearly sure, I can see already that you're already probably either selling this stuff to your customers as is and saving a little money on the side. I wouldn't be surprised. But I need you to go back to your customers and basically paint that on the side of the screen, the one you did with the 178 inch, and see if you can see a difference. Because I guarantee you, you may coach him to say one thing, but he's going to contact you back and he's going to basically talk to you about why that product is looking that close at the end of the day. On top of that, like I said, man, there's so much stuff wrong with this video, man. I didn't really watch it thoroughly through. I watched it thoroughly through the first time, just we need to see, but I had no idea that you didn't know math.
Read some of these comments here, guys, real fast. Let me go through this. Even that you have done
So black, but I just didn't want that. I wanted a even balance. Personal, it would have been too bright. Hybrid, even brighter. Frankenstein, nah, that's for venues. But the Cinemax, it was just, this is where he gets mad. Is it better spending 40 bucks or, I mean, so it's 30 bucks, $37 for a quart. Now, how much is it for a gallon? 2, 4, 6, 8, 80 bucks, you think? Right? For a gallon.
That doesn't make any sense. I just gotta do that one more time. Where do you get the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 from? Where did it even come from? We're at 39.14, so it has to be 39.14 when we do this one.
See? But this is where he gets pissed off, guys. This is where he gets mad. Is it better spending 40 bucks or, I mean, so
We got confused there.
it's 30 bucks, $37 for a quart. Now, how much is it for a gallon? 2, 4, 6, 8, 80 bucks, you think?
No, not even 80 bucks. You're way off. How did you get 2? How did you even start off with 2 to begin with? It takes 4 quarts to make a gallon. Where did you even come up with 2? Good gracious. That would explain the whole 2 quarts into 300 inches. Why would you even start off with 2? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. That's half a gallon. Come on. Oh my goodness, he doesn't. He does not add. Then he can't add. That would explain, like I said, that would explain the Mickey Mouse math. That definitely would explain it.
Or, I mean, so it's 30 bucks, $37 for a quart.
Where did you get the 40 from?
Now,
that's what I'm trying to figure out. Where did the 40 coming from? You just showed a receipt showing $29. Where did you get 40 from? Or 37? You had it at 29.
This is where he gets pissed off, guys. This is where he gets mad. Is it better spending 40 bucks or, I mean, so
Confused.
it's 30 bucks, $37 for a quart. Now, how much is it for a gallon? 2, 4, 6, 8, 80 bucks, you think? Right? For a gallon. Which is not going to help you do nothing. Look, let me read some of these comments.
Oh my goodness, we're done. That would explain, that definitely would explain the add up on the product. That definitely would explain it. That would definitely explain it. I had no idea. And the thing about it, all you have here in your comment section, which I was asked to go to the comment section to see if there were actual people in there. There's no people in there. There's nothing but basically What's it, at the end of the day? There's nothing people in there but the trolls. That's it. You have no customers in at all, period. At all. And you got, man, I've already seen your Instagram account. Not good. Partey, I've seen your Instagram account. Not good. I've seen both your Facebook pages. Not good. You only can reach as far as YouTube. That's it. But that would explain so much. I got to turn to the side on that one. But if you want, you're welcome to do a 250-inch screen challenge with me today and go outside and I'll show you what a real movie screen looks like, because that's the praise I'm getting right now. If all the channels are on, that good gracious, that's what you talk about, a real movie screen. We'll show you what a real movie screen looks like at the end of the day at 250 inches. If you want, you can come out there and join me, but you can't. Partey can put a 250 out there, but I've seen Partey set up. He has a little tiny blow-up screen. Because you got to keep it small. Anything at that larger screen would wash out. If you're having that hard of a time of pulling an image up in a well-lit environment, then you're not going to be able to do them outside at that size. It would be virtually impossible. Your screen would wash out. You would have to wait till it gets really dark to pull it off. But that definitely would explain that you don't know math. And it's not to be rude. You literally don't know math. This would explain it. This definitely would explain it. Why your calculations are way off on every part of your site. Because you don't know math. Right there, you see it at $78, right? You got 3 gunmetals for the same 3 screen paints. So that explains it. Why you sat there and you think that 2 quarts of paint are going to paint a 300-inch screen, a total of 3 100-inch screens. That definitely explains it. You don't know math. You just sat there on camera and you basically mixed up a simple calculation. That's not even a hard calculation. Like even a child knows at the end of the day, you know, if they've been taught that in school, and everybody's taught that in school, how many quarts does it take to equal a gallon? How do you not know this? This would explain this. I'm scratching my head like, how in the world would he not know this at the end of the day, that this is not going to work? And now I see why. You don't know how to add. Not alone, you don't know how to spell. Man, that is pretty sad. Look, I'm gonna show you how this guy rants. Check this out. Look at the rants on him. We're gonna go into a section. This is what he was doing yesterday. This is how bad he is. Look at him. Look. That's all he says. He has nothing to back any of his work up. This is the conversation. Look. This is how he acts. He calls himself being a professional. This is how he acts. Let's look at this. Let's look at his page here. And look at this. Look, this is what he was ranting yesterday. When you couldn't figure out what he's doing. Yeah, this is what he was ranting yesterday. We weren't even in the room anymore. And he was still ranting. Look at this. That person has a mental problem at the end of the day. And you're in the dark. You're still in the dark. This proves nothing. Why are you showing me demonstrations in the dark? This is what he was ranting yesterday. I told you, mental breakdown. Look at this. He was just going in. Same thing over and over and over and over. This is a professional at the end of the day. Look at him. This is supposed to be a professional. This is a person who gets on camera and talks about how he's such a professional. Look at this. Look how angry he is. That's a very upset individual. Yeah, that's what you're trusting to buy paint from at the end of the day. That's how he carries himself. This is why you don't have any stuff. We don't have anything like this on us at all, period, because we know how to act at the end of the day. We're professionals. Professionals don't do this. This is on his own page. This is the owner of this page carrying on like this. Look at this. And we just watched the video of him having a really rough time with math. You can look on his website and you can see his website is in complete shambles. His product is matching house paint in the day. A customer went in and embarrassed him pretty badly on a 1400 lumen projector And this is the outcome of him being a professional. Do you know how many times you would have to type this into your keyboard over and over again and again and again and again and again? Tell me that's not sad. That's sad. I told you. I told you. He's got mental problems. Man. Now, while you're doing all that texting, and you're saying I got nothing to do. Let's see. We painted in multiple screens, even hung up a 250-inch screen all in the same day. And all you do is sit in front of a camera and basically make up these false accusations on how your landlord painted you $300 to paint a bathroom that was already painted. The job was already done. So he just walked into your bathroom going, nice job, Picasso. I'm gonna give you $300. No, he didn't give you $300 for that bathroom at all, period. They never do. Now, they may give you money for basically painting other things other than your bathroom, yes, but not your own bathroom. You have to get permission to paint the bathroom. And then once you're done, you have a choice whether you put it back the same way it is or they take it out of your security deposit. That's how it works. Anyone who rents or buys, you know that from the door. Well, you rent, you know that from the door. So the lie you just told on the camera, complete lie. You're just trying to distract people that your screen is matching in the background, and that's what you're doing. And all this talk of these comments, the only people you had in your comment section, they weren't even customers, they were trolls. But remember, you said you are a professional. Let's see what time we got here. I'm going to be back in for one more. Crow, this is going to work on your credibility as a professional. Are you a professional at the end of the day, or are you basically just an everyday internet troll trying to scam people and get money out of them? Because clearly what we've seen already in the demonstrations are pretty bad. So like I said, am I 100% sure he's probably shipping people the house paint? Yeah, he probably is doing it. Because like I said, it's something he doesn't have to spend money on. That's why he can't do any demonstrations back in his products, because they come out looking that bad. And what you need to do is, I guarantee you, I would love to see you go to your customer, the one you painted that screen in, and do a sample sheet and do a demonstration on there. And see what his opinion's going to be. Because I guarantee whatever you tell him off camera, he's going to contact you and ask you why that product is matching that well, if he hasn't saw the demonstration. So again, as I said before, both of you, if you're going to call yourself being businessmen and gentlemen in the business, you have to keep your personal feelings at the door. You notice when I get on camera, I'm not cursing you guys out. I'll call you this and call you that. We don't make memes. We don't do any of that stuff at all. You have no emails on me, nothing, no cancel orders, not a thing, nothing, not a thing. But on you guys, we got tons of videos of you guys snapping, losing your temper, just saying crazy stuff on cameras, pulling down your listings, changing all kinds of crazy stuff. Now, you thought you had me when you said that, oh, he changed his name. He's not selling the 38 Black Widow. Did you see the numbers that a 38 Black Widow pulls in? My numbers on Instagram are way over your numbers here on YouTube. And this is supposed to be your strongest platform. And we crush you on every other platform easily. We only use YouTube for advertising. I even have more subscribers than you. And I only use YouTube just basically for just advertising. And I have more subscribers than you. And you want to talk all this trash at the end of the day. I got actual customers in my section buying from me. You got people on there just slandering me at the end of the day. So again, they're just a bunch of trolls supporting another troll. That's it. Only one person came in and said, I see a difference, and he looks like an idiot now. But he just supported a person that doesn't even know how to add at the end of the day. Well, with that being said, I got me some t-shirts to say at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I lost my favorite word. Oh, by the way, that's a black thing. You're going to know that at the end of the day, so you know that. But anyway, so let's move on from there. Let's come back in real quick, fast demonstration, because I got some things I got to do, and let's talk about Crows being a professional at the end of the day. Got to go. Oh, Partey, you're added in this one too. And God bless.